Gents, welcome back to the channel. This is Glenn, and I'm here to break down the 10 style commandments to ensure that you always look sharp, leave the house looking dangerous, and most importantly, feel confident in what you're wearing and what you're doing. Without further ado, let's jump into it. So, my good friend Tom Ford, as you can see here, said this: dressing well is a form of good manners. Dressing well should be taken seriously. I see a lot of men in their 30s and their 40s not dressing well. I see them dressing not appropriate for their age, and I see a lot of them dressing like teenagers, if I'm honest. And if you're in your 30s and 40s and you want to be taken seriously in your life, in your dating life, in your corporate life, in your business life, etc., you shouldn't be dressing like a teenager. You should be dressing your age. You should be dressing appropriately. Okay, you should understand the room that you're in, the setting you're in, the environment you're in, and dress appropriately for such. Okay, never leave the house looking like a slob. I always used to say to myself when people would ask me why I'm always getting dressed up, and I would say, you never know when you're going to meet the Queen. Unfortunately, Queen Elizabeth, rest in peace, she's no longer with us. Now it's the King, but you actually never know who you're going to meet when you leave the house. You need to understand that first impressions count. The way that you look has an impression on people who you meet. So leaving the house looking slick, looking tip-top, is never going to be a bad thing. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. Commandment number 1, fit is king. You can spend thousands of dollars on ill-fitting clothes and it's going to look stupid. Conversely, you can spend not all that much money on clothes that fit you well and you'll look $1 million. Prioritize tailoring or tailored clothing that fits your body perfectly. Let me give you a story. I had a wedding that I was going to. I was part of the groom's party and I really didn't like the color blue that the groomsmen had picked. It wasn't really my color. It didn't really suit me. It reminded me of something a little bit too corporate. So instead of going out and getting an expensive tailored suit made, I got my tailor and guy who cleans my clothes to find one of his tailors to put together a cheap suit. But I got him to copy one of my suits that fit me fantastically. The fabric was terrible, the color was terrible, but because it fit me well and it was tailored to my body, it actually looked pretty good, if you want my opinion. Avoid baggy suits, overly tight shirts. Now there's a caveat to that. If you're in great shape, you can be forgiven for this, okay? But if you're not in great shape, you shouldn't be wearing tight shirts. You should be wearing shirts that give you shape, but don't accentuate the fact that you're out of shape. Or pants or trousers that don't flatter your frame. When you're finding clothes or dressing clothes, you need to be, or shopping for clothes, you need to be dressing appropriately to fit your frame and fitting for the body type that you have, whether you're tall and slender, short and muscular, etc. And certainly invest in a tailor to adjust off-the-rack items for a sharp silhouette. Okay, when you're buying clothes off the rack, so you're going into a store, you're taking a shirt, you're taking a jacket, pair of trousers, unless you're the perfect body size, which is rare for everyone, it's never going to fit you properly. You're going to have to make some alterations. Whether it's getting a shirt off the rack, you need to get the pleats taken in the back to get rid of all the excess fabric. Getting trousers taken up because the trousers are too long, etc., etc. Make sure you invest in a tailor to ensure that the fit is correct. Commandment number 2, quality over quantity. Choose high quality pieces over cheap, trendy items. That's fairly self-explanatory, but I think men will see the price tag on things and go, that's a little bit too expensive for me, for your budget. Think about the return on investment when it comes to buying expensive pieces versus buying cheap pieces. If you buy a cheap piece of clothing and it lasts you 18 months, versus if you buy one item that lasts you 10, 15, 20 years if you look after it, you got much, and you got thousands of wears out of that particular item. You got a lot better return on investment than the one piece that lasted you 18 months you have to throw out or give away or donate, and you need to buy a new item, okay? When you're buying clothes, focus on high quality fabrics with great constructions, okay? So high quality fabrics, how do you know what a high quality fabric is? Generally, if you're going into any of the high street fashion brands, not high street luxury, I'll say luxury brands, go and do yourself a favor. Next time you're walking past a Mike Amiri, a Louis Vuitton, a Dunhill, any of these more expensive shops, YSL, Yves Saint Laurent, go in and feel the fabric. Feel the weight of the fabric. Feel how smooth the fabric is on your skin. Look at the different fabric compositions. Look at the construction of these items. They're expensive, yes, because of the brand, but they're also expensive because the fabric's fantastic and the construction is amazing. And then when you go into H&M and these sorts of cheaper places, go in and feel the fabric difference. You'll see that there's a big difference in fabric and construction quality. Something to note as well when you're building out your wardrobe is to build a capsule wardrobe with versatile fits that works across different occasions. Okay, so a capsule wardrobe is basic colors, basic items that you need to have in your wardrobe so that no matter the day, no matter the function, no matter the occasion, you can chop and change, mix and match, and leave the door looking slick. Okay, white and black t-shirts, black denim, blue denim, a good sports coat, a great leather jacket, a great black suit, well-fitted black suit, a great overcoat, a good fitted turtleneck, etc., etc. Okay, I mentioned this before, but if you're on a budget, consider the return on investment versus the initial price tag. You don't need to be spending thousands of dollars on on an item, but a good couple of $100, $500 for a good overcoat. You know, I've got a great leather jacket that cost me $500-$600. I didn't spend $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 or $4,000 on it, etc. Okay. Buy for timeless appeal, don't trend chase. So every season you're going to see trends come up, and some of them you think are going to be cool, others they're not. Try to remember or ask yourself this question: is it going to be trendy in 12 to 18 months' time? And to finish this off, look after your items. If you've spent $1,000 on a pair of boots, or $500 or $300, and they're good quality boots, take care of them. Get them cleaned, get them fixed. I've got a pair of loafers that I've had, great loafers. I think I've had them for 12 years now, and I recently just went and got them repaired. You don't need to throw them out and try and buy new ones. I'll just go get, because I love these loafers. They're amazing. I love the shape, love the fit, and love how comfortable they are. So I'll just go get the soles replaced and get them to spruce up, and then they'll look like new shoes almost. Take care of your stuff. Commandment 3, dress for your body type. So first of all, you need to identify your body type. You can go through the whole ectomorph, mesomorph, endomorph thing, which is if any of you guys are in fitness or come from sort of like a fitness background, you know those different body types. But ultimately, are you tall and skinny? Are you short and muscular? Are you short and wide? Okay, choose the right cuts that balance proportions. So ultimately, you need to be creating an aesthetic with your clothing, and then cuts create proportions. Okay, so if you're short and wide, you need to be buying clothes that don't accentuate the fact that you're short and wide. You want to be creating or getting certain items of clothing that create a bit of an optical illusion. Get pleats in the front of your trousers, gives you a long, and get them taken in at the bottom. It gives you a tall, or it gives you a slender look. Okay, use vertical patterns to make you look tall and skinny. Have jackets that give you a V taper to make you look like you've got broad shoulders. This is what we're talking about when we're saying choose the right cuts to balance proportions. Tailoring is your weapon of choice. Again, when you're going out and buying clothes off the rack, unless you're getting stuff custom made, which is going to cost more, it's never going to fit you perfectly. So you need to get a good tailor to take the proportions in correctly to make sure it fits your body correctly and give you the shape that you desire. As I mentioned before, use visual tricks to enhance your build. Pleats down the front of your trousers will give, and certainly if you make them tapered at the end, that's going to give you a tall and slender look. Vertical patterns, if you're a shorter guy, to make you look taller. If you're short and wide, don't go horizontal. It's just going to accentuate that fact. Okay, simple as that. Focus on key pieces for your frame. It could be the jacket, it could be the trousers, it could be the shoes, etc. And avoid common mistakes that highlight flaws. The horizontal patterns when you're short and wide is an example of that. Commandment 4, master neutral tones. So firstly, they never go out of style, right? So neutral tones, we're talking blacks, we're talking whites, we're talking olives, we're talking beiges, greys, etc. They're neutral, and they're not loud poppy colors, okay? Versatility for easy mixing, white on beige, white on black, white on navy, white on blue, etc. It makes you have, you only need to have so few pieces, and you can chop and change and have many different outfits for the day or for the week, etc. Use bold colors sparingly for impact. So the cool thing about muted colors is you can have fairly muted colors and then have one item that's quite bold as a statement piece. Whenever you're wearing statement pieces, make sure it's just like one piece really is the statement piece that you draw attention to. Try not to have two or three. It's a little bit too loud and a little bit too noisy. The great thing about neutral tones is they flatter every skin tone, whether you're super tanned, whether you're dark, whether you're white, whether you're brown, etc. Okay, and then you can build a foundational pieces in your wardrobe with core neutral pieces. So then you've got versatility in your wardrobe. You can chop and change, etc. Now, this is a hard and fast rule, but if you're unsure, black, black, black. Just buy black everything. Black trousers, black shirt, black jacket, black this, black that. Everything black on black just makes you look skinny. It makes you look cool. Black on black everything, okay? During summer, that's going to be a little bit hot, granted, okay? But if you're in cooler climates, you're not too worried about that. Commandment 5, own a well-fitted suit. Fairly self-explanatory, but most men treat suits as an afterthought. And the problem with suits nowadays is a lot of men have to wear suits every day for corporate. And so they'll buy cheap off-the-rack suits, they won't get them tailored properly, and they'll look stupid. You can get a suit, if you're wearing it every day for corporate, you don't have to get a fucking suit that is so tight and fitted to your body that it's hard for you to put your hands up and hard for you to move. You can have a little bit more room in built into the suits, okay? So you might want to go the next size up and they get you tailored just to adjust the jacket, adjust the sleeves, adjust the shoulders, adjust the trousers. You can get your tailor to adjust everything to make it comfortable so that way you're getting a well-fitted suit. The problem is I think that guys absolutely hate suits now most of the time because they have to wear shitty suits every day for corporate. If you buy a great suit and it makes you look fantastic, it's almost like a suit of armor. You should walk into the room in a suit and people go, wow, look at that guy. He looks fantastic. Look how well that suit suits him. Look at the color on his skin. Look at how it makes you stand out. That's how you should treat your suit. Getting your suit made or getting a suit tailored or buying a suit should be an experience. I love going to my tailors and choosing the fabrics, choosing the innards, choosing the fit, choosing the details. And then I love the experience that I have trying the suit on for the first time, looking at the fit, making adjustments. And then I leave there and I can't wait to put it on in a public setting and have people look at me in my suit, okay? As I mentioned here, when you put on a suit, it should make you look fucking dangerous. It really should, okay? Get one made if you can. If it's bought off the rack, get it tailored. And learn about fabrics and compositions again. Wool suits, linen suits, wool blends, cotton linen blends, polyester, elastane blends, etc. And then you've got the double-breasted, single-breasted styles, etc. Commandment 6. Now, this is a big one. I harp on about this a fair bit, but there's a reason for it. Ditch the graphic tees. Now, hear me out. Graphic tees have a place. But if you're in a setting we need to be taken seriously, ditch them. I've got loads of graphic tees. They're all sitting in a suitcase right now. Old vintage tees, Metallica, Megadeth, etc., and some really cool tees from Represent. They do a lot of prints, which I thought were really cool. Picked up a lot of graphic tees in my time. I don't wear them as much anymore because I'm always in situations and environments where I want to be taken seriously. But if I'm casual and I want to rock a little bit more of a rock star kind of look, I'll put on a graphic tee. But that, honestly, it's only in certain occasions. Right, as a man in your 30s and 40s, they're not really your go-to, okay? Your basic white, black tees, button-downs, they're your go-tos. Fitted tees, Henleys, subtle pattern polos if you wear polos. I personally don't, but if you do, you can get away with that. Just be careful of logos as well. Sure, you have a Louis Vuitton tee, but brands all over your shirt just makes you look unsophisticated. Some people might disagree with that, and that's fine, that's you, but honestly, I think that if you want to be taken seriously, have loud brand tees, just a little bit ridiculous. Commandment 7, embrace layering for depth. Layering adds sophistication and intentionality to your wardrobe. If you can pull off layers correctly, people instantly will know that you know what you're doing, they know what you're talking about, okay? And the beautiful thing about layers is you can adapt to any environment with layers. If it's a little bit too cold, you can add layers to it. If it's getting hot, you can take layers off, okay? Start with core layering pieces, so could be definitely a shirt, like t-shirt underneath, and you've got the turtleneck or your cardigans, or you've got your crew neck, then you've got your scarf, then you've got your overcoat, etc. Okay, make sure you balance proportions and fit. You don't want to be putting, if you've got quite a fitted overcoat, you don't want to be trying to put a bulky jumper or something underneath it. It's just going to make you look stupid. It's not going to accentuate your body. It's going to make you look bulky. That's what we're talking about by balancing proportions and fit. Okay. Use textures to enhance visual interest. Now, you might have fairly muted colors throughout your layering, but then you've got one item that's it could be a herringbone pattern, a checkered pattern, colored, etc. That's what we're talking about, textures to enhance visual interest. It'll just create a point of interest in your outfit. Avoid common layering mistakes. A big one is having two different opposing patterns. You could have vertical and horizontal. Don't do that. That's a big no-no. Simple as that. Okay? Commandment number 8, age-appropriate denim. This will also ruffle some feathers, but if you're in your 30s and 40s, straight cut, boot cut. Boot cut when you're wearing boots. Straight cut when you're wearing Oxfords, loafers, etc. Baggy jeans are cool if you're 20. If you're not 20, bro, what are you doing? Like, just stop. the fucking baggy jean stuff. Stop wearing them around your ass. Make sure that you're wearing age-appropriate denim. Enough said. Commandment 9, grooming is non-negotiable. Grooming only amplifies your style. Like, you can be dressed to the nines, look fantastic. If you stink, it's not going to go well. If your breath smells, it's not going to go well. If your beard and hair is unkept, you're going to look stupid. And if your teeth, unfortunately, are not well looked after, people are going to notice that. Tom Ford has, I think, 11, 12 rules of a gentleman. And one of those is pay for a good smile. Okay, now I know that is a bit of a privilege thing, but you should really work on that, saving cash to get a good smile. Okay, keep haircuts regular and age appropriate and relevant for your head shape. I get my haircut. I've got a very sort of particular sort of high skin fade in my beard, and I'm a hairy guy, so my hair grows pretty quickly. I get a haircut twice a week. I want to look fresh all the time, or I want to look slick all the time. For me, it's a non-negotiable. I need to have my haircut and my beard done twice a week. Okay, facial hair trimmed or clean shaven. If you've got great beard genetics, congratulations, you're lucky. Get your beard cut all the time so that way it looks slick. If you don't, if it's patchy, clean shaven, I'm sorry to say, but you can still look amazing if you've got a nice structured jawline, all right? If you're in great shape, you're lean, jawline is good. Basic skincare is a game changer. As you're in your 30s and 40s, guess what? Your skin doesn't look as young. It looks a little bit weathered, especially if you're out in the sun all the time. Get a basic cleanser, basic moisturizer, day and night time. Trust me, it'll help you stay and look younger as you get older. Hygiene details make the difference. Teeth, breath, smell, how's your fingernails? You got dirty fingernails, you got little bits of skin hanging off your fingernails, etc. Pay attention to things like that. And build a routine that fits your life. You don't need to be like a female and spend 45 minutes getting your skin routine done before you go to bed. Let's be honest, if you're a man and you're about it and you're trying to succeed in life, you don't have fucking time to do that. I don't have time to do that. But I have time to do a quick cleanser and a moisturizer before I head out to work. It takes me 5 minutes. Commandment 10. Confidence completes the look. This is the final commandment. It's also one of the most important, okay? Confidence transforms any outfit. You've got Mr. Stallone here looking like an absolute fucking G. No matter how, anything that Stallone wears is going to look fucking cool, right? Because the dude walks like he owns the place. And generally, he fucking does. He's cool. He's in great shape. He knows he's done well in his life. He walks with confidence. Posture is your style's foundation. When you walk into a room, are your hands in your pockets and your shoulders hunched over and your chin's down? Or are you standing tall with your shoulders back, looking forward? Make sure your posture's great, all right? And I see a lot of guys, and this is a nature of our generation or just the current generation we're in, our shoulders hunched forward because we're always on a computer or on a phone. Stand tall, put your shoulders back, and put your neck back. You see a lot of guys with these fucking long necks, like a dinosaur. Stand tall, stand straight. People will notice that. Dress with intention and own your unique style. If you're a guy who likes to wear out there items, I'm one of those people. No matter what people say to me, I own what I'm wearing. I know it looks cool, even though you might think that I could look like a homosexual. I'm not, and even if you come up to me and question that, I'll be like, I'm not gay. And so what? I like wearing fucking pretty out there pieces that might be perceived that way. Who cares? Own it, no matter what you do. Body language reinforces your look. I mentioned this before. Your shoulders hunched over, you're looking down. That's poor body language. Stand tall. Look at someone in the eye when you're talking to them. We can make a whole another YouTube on body language and how to communicate properly, but that's not now. And build confidence through small wins. If you are literally starting from the beginning, you're like, fuck, Glenn, hang on, man. My wardrobe's like shit from when I was fucking 18. Let's just start with basics. White tee, black tee, fitted denim, and a good pair of shoes. Right, could be loafers, could be Oxfords, and then get everything tailored so it fits you perfectly. Start there, then work on your black suit, then work on your overcoat, then work on your leather jacket, and go from there. Gentlemen, that's it. Those are my 10 style commandments. If you get these 10 style commandments right every time, you will guaranteed feel better, look better, and always leave the house looking sleek. Go get some, boys.